We briefly touched on list length, so in this video we're going to expand a little more, and we're also going to check out list membership. Now, length and membership are not related. I've simply chosen to just combine them into one video. So let's head over to PyScripter. We'll reuse our countries list, where we have a list of country names: Ireland, USA, Germany, Colombia, Japan and Ghana. So there are 6 elements in this list, 6 objects, and they are string objects. Hit enter. We'll also create an empty list. So we set that to equal our empty square brackets and hit enter. We use the built-in len function, which stands for length, and we supply in our country list. And we can see it returns an integer of 6. There are 6 objects within our list. An empty list will always return 0 when we use length. So len empty list returns 0. We've seen that lists can be dynamic. We can add and remove elements, and the length of the list changes when there is an alteration to the list. For example, let's use the append and add in Vietnam to our country list. Now when we call the length of our country list, we can see there are 7 objects in there. You can always access the last element of a list by using the length of the list minus 1. We'll create a variable called index, and we'll set this to equal the length of our country list. And then we say minus 1. We'll check out index, and that is 6. We can then use our index to get the last element of our list. And we can see we are returned Vietnam, which if we print out our country list, we can see is now the last element. The length of the list does not cater for nested elements. For example, if I create a value called myList and set that to equal an empty list, and then let's populate that list with a list where we'll put in 1 and 2, then create another list, put in 3, 4, 5, 6. This list only contains 2 elements, 2 lists, and not 6 integers. So if I hit enter and then print the length of my list, you will see that we are returned 2 and not 6. The 2 represents the 2 list elements within our list. Okay, you're up to speed now with length. Let's check out membership. I'm just going to reinitiate our country list so we can see it on the screen. I'm going to use a string literal of Ireland. I'm going to ask Python, is this in our country list? Membership will return a boolean, true or false. We can see that Ireland is in our list, so we expect this to return true. And we can see that's exactly what we get. Let's assign a country name to a variable called country. We'll set it to equal Jamaica. Now we'll check if our country variable is in our country list. We know it's not, so we're expecting this to return false. Now we can also negate the membership check. If we go back to our Ireland in country list, this returned true. But we could also check not in. Is Ireland not in the country list? And we can see it returns false because Ireland is indeed in our country list. We'll check for Jamaica. So country, which represents the string Jamaica, not in our country list. Jamaica is not in our country list, so this is going to return true. And that's how simple membership is. We will see a lot more of membership when we look at the if, elif and else statements. For example, you'd make a statement like if country not in country list, you would then do something. So just keep in mind that membership always returns a boolean true or false. You are checking if that element is in the list. In this video, we took a look at the built-in len function and how it relates to a list object. We also saw how we could check for list membership using in or not in keywords, and that membership always returned a boolean.